All right, guys. Here we got Brandon, the infamous Boo player at our local. He's gonna give us an update on his Boo profile, and yeah. So go ahead, Brandon.
All right, so we got Super Saiyan 3 Boo. It's still a lot of fun. Now that the Tournament of Power stuff is kicked in, it makes Buuhan a lot better. And so I'll start off with, we got the leader. Pitch 1, make 2 mana of any choice. At the moment, I don't run black in this build. You can run black, but I do it just so that we don't have that option. Awaken, untap 3 mana, draw 1 card on swing. Still very powerful. For my 1-drops, I do at the moment, I do a mix of 3 Hercule, 3 Boo, just simply because of mana choices and colors that I have at the current moment. If not, you always could go 4 Hercule, 2 of anything else, replace this for any other ratios you also desire, or just do the 4 of this, get rid of Hercule. It's really up to you. I like the middle ground of both of them. It's all player preference. I like 3 Bean. You also could do 4 because there is a play during turn 3 that you could awaken and make a Buuhan and obliterate their board and +3 off of it. So it's really powerful, sometimes 4. Of course, obviously, super combo, and the red super combo, that it is the Goku, so yeah, for the leader. Then we got 3 negates and 2 Mafuba. I like those because I put the Boo in there just for the Mafuba so that there's more mana. I only play Boo turn 1 or as a last-ditch effort. If anything else, you also could just up it with more 2 Topos. You could change it to Topo if you want to do all red. You could change these for Vados negates. There's a lot of different ideas you can do. I like doing a little bit of blue, a little bit of red, but that's just me. And for my Gohans, I do 4 and 2. I used to do 3 and also 4, but I found out that these guys were getting in the way some of the time, and I like to do what Massey and Bardock players do, and just run this as a tech. And sometimes I can make a Buuhan that does this, but most of the time a Buuhan that does this, that clears a board, is a lot more important because you can get your draws off of from making the Buuhan. All the eggs in one basket, this at least replenishes your hand, where this guy can just guarantee a game. So if you make a second Buuhan, try to make the second Buuhan with this. That's just what I do. Then there's also 2 hit. Forcing hit is an amazing card if you can pick it up. If you pull it, amazing. If you can pick them up, depending on their price at the current moment in the meta. These win games because you can play it. You have Boo already, and you just go, oh, what do they have? Take rid of their Topos, their Roshis, any of their hand negates. If they don't have any negate, and you can afford to, you can Kid Boo, get them right there, win that game, or if they're at 2, finish them off with either of these Boos, hard summon a Boo, you're fine. You just always can do anything else. Well, not hard summon a Boo during that turn, but if you already have the Boo, and you can replenish it up and get your own advantage going. And for the whole Boo engine, my take on it is 4 of the 3-drop Boo from the Tournament of Power. He is so good. All he can do, he can get any Boo here up to this point. All of these Boos are searchable by him. So whichever Boo you don't have, you grab this one if you have this one if you have that one, any which order you want to. I also tech in just the 2 Boos for barrier. They used to be amazing to just hard summon, but now that you can just, if you absorb, you can have him on board, under him, you can pay 2, use the effect, absorb it, choose to whiff, and not actually get anything. Sometimes the opponent doesn't know you can do that, because it's not once a turn. Since it's not once a turn, you can just do effect again, absorb it, and then make the Buuhan anyway. This way you have a barrier Buuhan that only costs you 2 mana during turn 4 or 3, depending on whenever you actually got to put them out.
Very powerful.
It's so powerful. You don't always need the barrier Boo. But against a lot of matchups where you're just like, oh, I'm going against Shigesh. Well, let's put it out there. I don't want to get Kid Booed or Kid Goku. And then anything else you got all your options just covered. So then also 3 of the Awakening Boo. This Boo is amazing because no matter what you have it, even if you're already awakened, he's the perfect mana target. If you're not awakened, just hard summon him for 5 sometimes after or awakening with him. You just awaken immediately. In some games you can even shotgun where you can go his effect, go all the way to 1 life, give him an extra 15 or even 20,000 depending on your life total at the moment, and you can Kid Boo stack his damage on top of his, so that you just gain an extra 20 to 15,000 on top of his 30. So he'll be swinging for 75 triple, and if you have 2 blue mana and you can afford another one, you'll go another one again and be 105 triple. So if they have no negates, they cannot out combo you. It's like a mini victory strike if they're at 3. They're just not gonna stop it unless they got Nimbus and Mafuba, Topos, all those things. So only negates are your problem. They are not going to out combo you. It just should not happen. And of course 4 of the Grand Boo himself, Big Daddy. He is a lovely card, but if he is ever in your hand, he is always mana. He is dead. I've only ever in one playtesting sequence actually used his Evolve on top of a Gohan, for 6. It is a thing you can do if you break into him late game and you happen to have one of these guys on board for some reason. You can evolve for 6 for your whole mana cost and just make it. Is very, very inopportune. It's not going to happen, but it's a thing.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you can do that. It's a very, very improper thing, but it may happen. Or even this guy for 2, if you were able to Sensu Bean out, like 2 Sensu Beans, this guy on board, to pay the 2 Sensu Beans for the rest of it, you can then just hard summon that guy. It's a thing. Don't happen often, though. Don't bang on that.
Indeed.
And then, of course, 3, Kid Buu. He is the reason I win games, like I said last video. If it wasn't for him, I could not be able to get over a lot of different decks, and every single type of play I can make. Now with Hit coming around, I can do anything I want as long as I know Kid Buu can win. If they're at 3, and I know that they don't have negates, you're going to Kid Buu. If you don't know if they have any negates, you can if you feel like it, if you feel like that's the correct play. But if you don't feel like you can win, there's no reason to Kid Buu because there isn't a... It's just not optimal. The best thing you can do is always just save all the hand costs, because he still is a 10k, you have 3 mana, you can still defend with him, and making him live is optimal play. And you can win, potentially, by turn... whenever you have 4 mana, so turn 3, you can win as long as you have the correct setup. And if they have no mana open turn 3 and they're playing also Super Saiyan 3, there is a way to also win, as long as you have enough Sensu Beans, and then you can correctly hit them with enough life, because his stats will gain on top of each one. But overall, it's a very fun deck. Its weakness is, of course, revenge blockers. Revenge blockers just are the bane of the existence. Anything revenge is just such a crucial thing to just destroy the deck. It has its own weaknesses there. By no means is this the best deck in the world, but it's a very fun deck if you can, of course, get these guys. Other than that, the entire deck isn't really that expensive. You don't have to run Hit if you don't want to run Hit or can't run Hit, but everything else isn't nearly as expensive as getting anything else like Master Ultra Instinct or all the veggies, even though they're going down. It's still a very viable, fun deck that I have beaten Cell, Apes, I've beaten so many other things that are just fun. Ultra Instinct. I've even, on the occasion, beat the MUI, but that's when they had the last card in life was MUI. It was great. It was so much fun for that. But either which way, this is a great fun deck. You can tweak this however you want with color ratios, and there's also the Universe 7 Frieza Leader variant of this that is also just as good. I personally like this one because I don't feel like playing that leader in the meta at the moment, because I see it too much, so I just don't feel like it. But that's just me.
For the same. I do have a question. So why 3 Unbreakable Suns instead of 4? The super combo.
3? Because I'm trying to run variant, like I said, color options for this, because I'd rather this, the Mafubas and the Topos doing something. These guys can work. It's just that seeing too many of them, then you can't make your boost sometimes. I've had plays where I see like 2 of him and a Piccolo, and I'm just like, where's everything going? What am I going to do? That's why I used to run 4 of him for that same reason. But you see too many of one thing, and it just gets in your way. And that's why, of course, I also run the 3. If it wasn't for the fact that I micromanage my ratios very properly for what I believe is right, not that they are right. You could definitely run 4. Like I said, you could replace that, make that the 4th Hercule, put that as the 4th dude, add another Topo, add another Whis Negate, add another this Buu, add another that. It doesn't really matter. All of them are just my personal tech ideas. I choose to make them that way. If not, then you can run max copies of everything, and there's also the Untapped Energy Trunks as well. That's another card I've also wanted to playtest in here. It's just I don't have room for it at the moment. Maybe take out the Mafubas if I don't feel like blue is going to work. Like I said, if I want more blue, take out the Hercules, replace those for that, and go from there. I personally enjoy 3, though. I don't think you need that many.
Sounds good, man. All right, man, quick question. What would you say is your hardest matchup?
My hardest matchup, I believe, other than MUI, because this deck does not have a barrier blocker, you just kind of lose to that, because it's just a turn 4 victory, turn 5 on if they can't do it. If not, it's anything with revenge blockers like androids. When they play out androids and they know you're playing Buu and they just summon out the 3-drop 16, yeah, he's just like, I'm ready to go, I'm gonna kill you. It doesn't matter. And I'm like, but the only way you can beat that is if you do make a Buuhan and you have them either with this Gohan or this Gohan. It's okay as long as you make another Buuhan and just keep stalling, make a second one, use that second Buuhan that doesn't have barrier, swing at that one, and overcombo it as much as you can so that he can't just save the 16, make it stand up, and kill your Buu for nothing. So if you overcombo the 16, they're not going to want to save it that bad, because they want to just inhibit you, but they don't want to just bank everything off of the 16. If they do that, then they've also probably guaranteed victory. So if you make 2 Buuhans, and 16 can take out 2 Buuhans because they just comboed out of 1, killed it, and then you still got the other one standing, that means you swing with this one, they're going to take it with you. It's just revenge blockers. If not, you also can side M2 as well for if they run Yajirobe. Yajirobe is also another problem thing. That's another reason why people run the Universe 7 leader, because you can tap that guy. And I think it is a very viable strategy. I just personally don't want to do it. But I like to just make another Buu, out-combo it, because once they put all their eggs in the basket, try to protect the guy anyway, I have a chance of coming back in victory. And then just him late game just shows up, hits their android, they're dead. Or just seeing it hit, oh, you have 16? Out of here.
Sounds good, man. All right, man. Thank you so much for the updated profile. We'll see if more support comes out next set or the set after that, and we'll keep tabs on you, man.
All right.
All right, man. Catch you next time.